Yeah, it's not easy here to get one of these shredders, and it can even be a risk to even get it. So some races, especially Orc, needs it, but with Undead and with Elf, you can go without, depending what you play, what kind of army you're willing to get. So it can be a risk to potentially lose a lot of stuff while getting that shredder, including that shredder, and wasting TP early on. So it's a big deal, but even more for Orc, and we don't have an Orc here.
Yeah, no Orc, no human, just Undeads and Night Elves.
Yeah, left against right, like 3 micro gods on the right side here. 3 very good micro players. And on the left, we have Gradient, Lelu, and Yoggle. A full Yoggle probably is I guess, yeah, for sure, Yoggle is the strongest micro player.
But we all know that Night Elf doesn't need any micro, so that's fine.
Depending what they play, I mean, there's this trunk style where you go for ground, but I'm not sure. I mean, Gradient goes for Demon Hunter first, and that could indicate that he's going for trunk style, which is Naga second and Priestess third. But obviously, he's not as good with this style as some other players, so we'll see.
I noticed that Yoggle went random, right?
Yeah, he always does. I think there are like 3 players in the community who always go random, and Yoggle is one of them.
Who's the other?
Yanka, but I mean, there are a few exceptions, and Arnie is the third, I think. These players mostly going random. And Ishan also sometimes.
I mean, there is no strategy behind this, right? Because going random against 5 players, when you see they are all Night Elf and Undead, so they are going to play air armies most prominently. Why don't you choose a counter race to that?
I think it gives you some sort of like mental boost to know that you're the player that can compete with any race in that situation, and you don't react to it, like you're not the one reacting. So I think that's why, like most people that stick to random always are proud to do so, because in FFA, as you say, like it makes a huge difference on some maps. Like in one-on-one, you could also argue there's a difference between races in certain matchups, but here it is, and we see the shredder here.
Yeah, Viven took the first shredder, and the second one is contested between Gradient and Tox, and Gradient is using his TP to bring it back. So you see, I already stand by the fact it's really important to get it.
And immediately we see a typical Tox commenting with rad.
Well, it's my one time I commented anything, so...
Absolute 100% right on your call so far.
Yeah, I use no precaution.
And they're sharing the creep camp here, but I'm not sure, Yoggle is going for the aggression here, and seeing that the DK is low, so he can not only share it, but he can just demand the entire creep camp here.
Yeah, there's another Breath of Fire. That's 1 kill. That's almost another kill. Oh, nice coil, actually.
You know, Tox is reminding me of Godfather, the previous game. He defends the Shredder, he's a little tilted, and he doesn't want to back off because he achieved nothing, but he's losing more by staying. I don't know.
And it's so ballsy to go for this Ancient of War creep in the center. I always do it in 4-way, but I would never do it in 6-way or on some ways in 8-way if it's a contested lap. It's just super risky. And I think this aggro, or this fight here, is really good for Gradient, because I'm pretty certain that Tox would have rushed Gradient. Might still do.
Yeah, it's 2 non-neighbors fighting in the middle, so...
Yeah, which usually tends to lead to aggression, to some asymmetrical fights late game and very confusing matchups.
So this is also good for Teal, right? I kind of forgot who that is for...
Yoggle.
Lelu.
Lelu army.
For Lelu, because he can just do whatever he wants, right?
Yeah, and he really needs to. If Panda first is really relying on creeping and really bad against early rushes that you don't really expect with this lineup. But I think, Lelu is left alone now, and also Side here, and Vivan in a good spot. I'm interested to see how a potential fight between Side and Vivan would go, because Vivan, a very classical Garg player usually, and Side playing these strange mixes of Banshees and Necrogarchs, so it could be interesting here.
Right, we also see two marketplaces. Are there huge items here to grab up, or is it not that important on this map?
It is, but no, they only, like the good ones, only appear after the red camps have crept, and so for now it's only, it's only shit stuff, except Warsong Battle Drums maybe, but you don't afford it at this point. And Tox is going for it here.
Dude, he's super aggressive, forcing the second fight.
As rabies or something, he's attacking everybody inside.
And
Gradient has spent 2 TPs already.
That's true, yeah, you're right. And he is going for Trunks combo here with Hippogriff Riders and Naga second, which is very strong for fighting, but not that strong for hiding, as Gradient likes to do late game, so...
Please, just take a look at his expansion of Gradient, Neo. Look how well all the trees are positioned, and it's beautiful, right?
He's an architect. He's a true architect.
But it's not, but it's not in line. Like, these Ancient of Wars are not in line, so I'm slightly disappointed. And also look at this line of Moonwells. Like, is that... I think that that 4th Moonwell is not perfectly in line. Is it? Like, I think it's 1 slot to the right.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not something that would usually happen to him.
Weak.
So maybe nervous.
It's a tell, he's nervous. I just noticed I have classic graphics, but I still see the Demon Hunter in female.
Yep. Isn't she lovely?
Oh, but I mean the animation picture is like my grandmother or something.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
Maybe it is.
Ooh, and Gradient goes for it. Like he wants to see blood for this Creepjack here, and
yeah, not too bad from Gradient there. Nice Creepjack.
He just wants to shut him up. Tox is super loud pretty much the entire game, and here he comes again. 2 kills.
And if there's one thing as Tox you don't want, is losing one-on-one to Gradient early on. The player that...
On back to Warcraft.
On back to Warcraft.
Oh, Nova, bye-bye Demon Hunters.
Okay, maybe should have staffed, yeah.
Yeah, there was a staff ready.
At least Tox has no rep, as it seems. Web not...
Yeah.
Now only he's going for it. That would have been very painful to lose all these Hippogriff Riders. And he's taverning the DH.
Pretty expensive.
Yeah. All right. And Lelu is getting an army, so it seems he's going to fight Yoggle and side is against Viven. So...
Well, Viven is like approaching Lelu's base, and Lelu's already had an engagement with Yoggle. So
yeah.
it could be like Viven doesn't really want to fight side, and he say, okay, I'm going to go left anyway. I
don't think I think he's pretty flexible. I think he would accept it, and maybe he just went for that chop because he hoped it wasn't crept yet. So I don't think he's prepared to fight Lelu, and he is also scouting. I think as Undead you want to scout with a shade before attacking. And there's a fight here.
Again.
Yeah, 2 fights. Yeah, 2 fights.
2 fights, yeah.
Oh, okay. We got the first Chimeras already. TP out by Lelu. Gets to level 2 for the Tinker, but of course it is Tox at Gradient's throat again.
And Tox lost his Dreadlord, but sadly for Gradient, it's the AP that killed him.
Oh.
Ooh, needs to be very careful with the DH here.
Oh, we have a fight inside's base as well. With Gargs versus Fiends, there doesn't seem to be web. Ah, there's web now already.
Yeah, bad fight for Vivan. Not prepared to fight this side style. I'm not sure if he knows that side is always going for this mix, which I think Gargs are very difficult to play against on a map with just 1 expo. And yeah, Gradient wants the piece here.
Yeah, because it's his style, right? He has to wait for the late game and have a lot of money, but it doesn't work there. No way Tox is going to fight.
Gradient wants to stay on 50, like he doesn't want to fight on 80, 50 or 100 at all times. And we do see here at the bottom left, we do see a fight soon, I guess, between Yoggle and Lelu. And you always have this cat and mouse game. If two elves fight, that one elf is going for more chimeras, and then the other one is catching up in hippos. And at some point, you don't have supply to get enough hippos, so you need to change to ground. So it's always this back and forth until someone pumps the wrong units for too long, and it's going to backfire here.
And for side against Viven in the bottom right, I feel like it's already over for Viven. He has 20 less food, fewer food than his opponent, and he's losing his expo. I don't believe this Garg army is not going to cut it, I believe. But
yeah, he needs level 3 on Lich and on Dreadlord to contest this, and
you won't get level 3 Lich at least.
Yeah. He's killing some units, but I also think it's looking quite grim here for him.
Yeah, his attack was quite random on side main. I don't really understand it. Maybe he wanted to take out the Necromancer as fast as possible and he dived deep, but he didn't really achieve anything there. And this Lelu guy is quite strongly pushing into Yoggle space.
Yeah, Yoggle with he had 2 Ancient of Lores, which can be a mistake early, and yeah, now he's in a very tough spot because he can't catch up in hippos, and
yeah, many scrolls from Lelu as well. He's well prepared for his attack.
And it's always tricky in 6-way because you can't creep, especially as elf with these neutral heroes. You want to creep them up at least to level 3 or even 5, and if you don't, you really have an issue fighting against air. And this is it for Yoggle here.
The damage of the chimeras, the keeper just exploded. And the panda is falling. He's so sick. Okay, he's saving himself one more time, but
yeah, it's done.
Winning this would be good pocket money here for Lidu, so
yeah, you go next time, you need to take your best race and not go random all the time.
And yeah, Tox sieging Grady's main base here, who is reacting with additional Ancient Protectors everywhere. Not sure if that's a good call here, but maybe it is. I'm not even sure it isn't.
It will take a long time to get Gradient out of the game. I guess Tox is going to exhaust himself.
I don't know. I mean, it's not the best hero combo here.
So Yoggle is GG'd, and now Viven is trying to resist in the bottom right.
Damn, that is an action-packed game. You weren't promising too much.
No, I mean, after the beginning of the previous game was active as well until we reached the 3 ways.
Ah, yeah, that's true.
That's usually where it slows down a bit. But then again, in 6-way, I said earlier on the other stream, it's also can be very tricky compared to 8-way because logically in 8-way becomes 4, like it splits into 4 1-on-1s, and then after that it's still 4 players that are left, and in 6-way, like 6-way turns into 3-way very quickly. So
yeah, we have gone for 8-way system, but then we needed way more players and we were not too confident to get them.
Yeah, I think 6-ways. We just had an 8-way cup 2 months ago, so I think it's nice to see 6-way because it varies, and like the style varies, so it's definitely a cool one. And with 8 you can hardly focus on all fights, but in 6-way you can. And side not losing the Lich here, but almost.
Damn, Gradient base has been breached now. It's not nice looking anymore in his base. Yeah. Actually, his strategy is like to survive until he gets mass chimeras and then just storm somebody, right? Gradient. That's what he wanted to do, and now all the chimeras are being picked one after the other. Okay, stop. I don't think he's gonna stop, man.
No, as I know Tox, he's not going to stop until... I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of space on the map now and mines available, so Gradient, I think, can still easily survive. But we'll see.
So an advice I will give guys that want to play FFA, when you see somebody dying but producing from camera rules, don't kill the camera rules. Let the camera come out and kill the camera. It's way better. than what Tox just did there.
I think that's an unfair advice that you give there.
Why?
I won't support that. Being an elf player myself.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but this is looking good for Tox, and now we see at the bottom here, Lelu, but also Side, both dropping to 50. They fought the first 20 minutes now, and it's time to get some gold. And that's what they do, and both have access to at least 3 expos.
Super no honor piece. Okay.
Yeah,
I think
Gradient,
Toxie never agreed to the piece, did he?
No, never.
I think he said peace, did he? I think at the
No,
very beginning.
he said, will you give me 1 gold mine? And Gradient didn't re-answer, and he's still mining. So I guess.
But Tox said Grady piece. That's what he wrote at the very beginning. But that piece didn't last long.
Nobody
Yes.
steals Tox creeps. All right. He knows now.
I love this chat.
So Side is killing some buildings to get some points.
And just an update from the other game. Since DV disconnected in that first game, he was pulled ahead on the waitlist and jumped into game 4 instead of insub. He's playing, so
Bravo, good.
it's
man.
I think a fair call.
Yeah, it's fair. So, when Side is killing the Necropolis, or what is the tier 2 for Necropolis? All of the dead?
Yeah.
It gives experience to your heroes because it's an attacking building, so that's why he destroyed it. I believe. Not only 4 points.
Yeah.
And he's expanding here.
Yep.
So 4th base for Side already.
Yeah, and now it's a perfect situation for Lelu and for him here to have Gradient in this 4-way, so no one will. That's why in some games players will help Gradient right now or help a player in Gradient's situation, and it doesn't make sense at all. In this situation, it only keeping it a 4-way will keep your winning chances at 25% if everything is equal. So of course you want to turn it into a 3-way here, and if there's something you want to do is getting some experience of Gradient. If you're very greedy, you could go and finish him right now and take his hero, so Tox can't get experience, but obviously you don't want to show 50 supply at this point, although everyone knows Lelu and Side are 50, so they just stay back.
But it doesn't have to be always this way, because, I mean, in this situation, I will easily go attack Tox, get some experience, finish Gradient, get some experience, and then Tox is like crippled with 2 gold mines. Maybe you get Team, but you can get Tox afterwards quite easily since you are 4 gold mines. It doesn't have to be all this way so mathematical. I mean, I don't know nowadays how it goes in FFA, but there is not only this way to play.
Yeah, but it's difficult. Like, you mean Side could try to attack Tox right now with 100 supply, and Tox would be in a very difficult spot, I guess. But then Lelu just gets up to 15k, 20k gold, and at some point it will become very difficult. So I guess Tox, since he doesn't want to just drop 30 supply by killing it himself, will use his supply to attack one of these players, and I guess it might be Lelu, simply because it's easy to get experience of Elf usually as undead, so
have you seen this camera from Gillian, the last remaining?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he got the graveyard. No more graveyard now.
Moral victory.
Yeah, he did something. He achieved that.
Yeah, Lelu is tempted to save Gradient. I think he's like
yeah, because I don't believe you can feel confident to take on Side one-on-one afterwards, so you need an advantage to do that, and I will be Lelu. I will really go there. But it's maybe too late now, but I would have gone there to pretend to save Gradient. And
but why? Why would you? That's like Gradient will come back, and at some point Gradient will try to win the game. So
you just kill a bunch of worm and spiders, and then you kill Gradient.
You mean, yeah, but still,
And then Tox is not getting 4 bases, and Tox is crippled already. And
Yeah, but if you have played with games with Tox and in this situation, you want to be very careful when to attack him. I mean, that's the advantage. Like he is wasting. He's losing a lot of games he could easily win just by not accepting that he gets attacked by certain people. So he doesn't accept. So for that reason, I would be very careful when to attack Tox.
It feels like you're talking about some pit bull or something. Don't look.
I mean, did you see the haircut that he got before this game?
No, I didn't.
Finished like 30 minutes ago. Like it's like a military haircut that he posted. So,
okay, I see.
We have to show it on stream after the game.
Did you see? I can send it somewhere.
Yeah, share it on Discord.
So, Tox at the moment has the best heroes because Gradient stats for so long. He has 6-5-4, and it's 4-3-3 for Lelu. So when you finish your opponent fast, it's not always the best. It's best economically, but for your heroes, when you need to face the others, it's sometimes better that somebody like Gradient doesn't want to leave and give you more chimeras and more AP to feed you.
Alright, Tox going up to 4 bases now. So all 3 remaining players have 4 bases.
Yeah, they shouldn't let him because now he has the best hero. So if he gets as much gold as they do,
and we do see here Gradient finds shelter in oh, is he?
No.
Lelu, what are you doing?
Shelter his ass.
Oh, that's
why don't you accept refugees?
Yeah, that's a knife into Grady's heart here. And we saw many friendships breaking apart by this kind of but I mean, Gradient will try to survive, and I'm not sure if we have mentioned yet, but there are some islands here on this map. So this one at the top right is the biggest. You can build half a main base on that island, and you can build some buildings at the top left. And you can build some buildings here. So if you have some gold to spare for a Zeppelin and a Shredder, it's easy to stay alive just by securing an island. But Gradient is not.
Why Lelu is chasing Gradient like that?
Yeah, because it's an easy finish. I
think it's managed. It's like helping Tox, you know. So you helped me with Gradient. So now.
And now Tox is on him, so he should have.
Really? No.
Show army, and he's not able to show. Like he has 58 supply, but that usually is not enough to. I mean, he's pumping hippos, so 2 chimeras, 1 talon. It's always a difficult call if someone asks you to show 80 supply, and you need like 1 more minute to pump up to 80. That's. You can only say, I mean, that's what I sometimes do, watch here, it's up there or something. Like, just tell him a location where he needs to go to, hoping that you can get there first with your army.
I really enjoyed to watch Tox play because he's like, help me with Gradient. Okay, I'm helping you. He's helping him. And then he, show me 50, 80. No, in a minute. And then he kills him.
He's a super bully. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's completely bullying.
And Side is up to 100, so curious what he's going to do with this 100 supply. But at some point you need to fight in order to get levels, and he's only 543, so he's going to fight now, I guess.
Yeah, he's moving to Tox base, I believe, which is the right call.
Yeah, I mean, he could even consider, I mean, look at the gold. Tox has 3.6k. Yeah, Side has only 3, so I think it's probably the best call here. But let's see, Gradient is still in the game. 1 Moonwell here in the center. He is on 1k gold. But I mean, he came back from. That's a fun part about some of these FFAs. He came back from worse. Like, he survived on a map like Anarchy Castle. Some people may know it from the WC3 champion ladder, which is a super tiny map, and you can build nowhere as Elf. And he survived on that map with 2 buildings for like 1 hour and came back and won the game. So let's see.
In a 6-way, it's just I feel too hard to get a gold mine at some point. Too much complicated. And now Tox is going to be destroyed, I guess. because he cannot fight this army at all.
Yeah.
He has no
Yeah.
TP or what? Why is he running and not? Ah, he has no TP.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And Lelo is asking if Tox has seen Side's army.
100 supply. And yeah, Tox just disappearing from 80 to 46 in no
He
time.
has a TP.
He had one or he just bought one?
Lich and DK dead.
Why didn't he TP before?
Yeah. I guess he had it before, right?
That's what happens to bullies, so be nice to people.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
Gradient has a gold mine, and Lelo no interest anymore to kill it, unless he wants Grady. I mean, he should still want Grady out, and that's his gold mine. But maybe Lelo is a bit nicer now. We'll see.
Okay,
Really
let's make
happy
some-
that justice was served.
Yeah. Not like the previous game.
And Lelo might be forced to help his bully here. I'm not sure Lelo wants to face side 1-on-1 with these heroes. So
He needs to help him beside
yeah.
what happened before. You need to forget about the past, rebuild your friendship with Tox.
And I'm not sure Side knows what he's potentially bringing up on himself here if he goes too far.
So, if you bet €1 on Gradient victory now, you can win €1 million afterwards.
Good odds. Oh, that's
So,
so
so make donations to Back to Warcraft €1 and write Gradient's win. And
Sure,
then
I will-
Back to Warcraft will refund you €100 million
Yeah,
if
of
you do.
course I will.
Poor Gradient.
Oh, was he wiped out? Didn't even see it.
No, but forced to cancel it. Oh, and he's losing the Wisp.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
think
it's-
that was his last Wisp.
I don't think we're gonna see a bet now. Too bad.
No.
To make you rich.
Oh, he's
Yep.
getting some zappers.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Gradient, go for it.
But that's his last stand, and I guess he may use them to kill Lelu's Expo here. He has no Nature's Blessing yet, so that Tree of Life is dead 100%.
So I believe Lelu is not the forgiving nature.
Usually he is, but we'll see. Okay, that tree is
Boom, boom, boom.
just
Yeah,
takes
one-
2. Yeah,
One spare. Yeah, he has no nature's blessing.
Like Lelu is the nicest guy in the game, and everybody's on his ass from the... And Gradient is. You saw that Gradient is just torpedo the expansion with sabers there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's another one. What's he using it on though?
Ooh, Panak staffed home, so that one zapper. And he needs to use it for his own Moonwell, I guess. Else he's not able to finish himself. So I guess, yeah, that's why he's thinking it twice and using it. Is he? He's using it on a Tree of Life, potentially.
Oh,
maybe
he
not.
could kill it again. Yeah.
Ooh, Nagas. And...
Gradient has 2 food, 47 gold, and he's the most entertaining player in this map.
Oh,
that was
that's
the worst possible option.
Too bad. Too bad. So where is his last building actually?
here. Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's revealed now, I guess. GG, and he cannot do anything anymore.
Okay.
So Lelu has a lot of gold compared to the others, and nothing to fight at the moment.
So do
Yeah.
you think, HighTac, do you think Lelu is capable of fighting side 1-on-1 or?
Yeah, with I think since I mean, where's Side's army? Like, is that all he has? Because it doesn't look like 100. He has 2 worms, but it really
No, there's
doesn't look like 100. But he has
There's
4
Gargs
mines.
here.
Ah,
and
okay, yeah.
rest
Then
army
it's
is there.
100. Yeah, I didn't see this group of Gargs because that's not 100 here at the top left. But now he's killing off some units, dropping back to 80, and I think now Lelu should be able to fight him if he doesn't get kited heavily. So let's see.
Well, it's only, what is it? 335 heroes.
Yeah, and Side is on one hand in the strongest spot right now, but I wouldn't be surprised since Tox is under so heavy pressure right now if Tox is giving him a hard time with what he has left. Because his heroes are still very strong.
Let's
course.
pause a minute for celebrating Gradient's death.
Rest in peace, Gradient.
Yeah,
You did it.
it was-
You did great.
He did great. Yeah, so now Lelu has to help Tox as fast as possible because He's not going to be able to deal with this by himself. And he needs to go to Tog's base to help him. And he's not doing that.
I think he can also just try to finish the game by going on, if he scouts well. I haven't seen him scouting Tog's main base in the last minute, but he could try to finish side, like one good fight. He can go 100 right away again, so I think he's not in the best spot.
That's a scary area. Yeah.
And they are piecing, yeah.
Let's go, Lulu. Show this French guy what you can do.
But I'm really happy that they piece now. It would have been sad to just see a 40-minute suicide here, so they're piecing.
It shows that Tox, when he's really losing, he can sometimes listen to him.
Yeah, if you didn't team him, yeah, that's true. And I don't know how the other game goes, but the game 4 DV got in. I just read the message from Janker, who was also in the game, to DV. Sorry, DV, for flaming. I forgot you need the prize money to feed your family.
That's very nice.
Oh man, that's so mean.
It's the kind of after game message you sometimes get before people calm down.
What did DB do to him?
I don't know. Probably rushing or something. Or something.
Well, better rush before you get desynced again, huh?
Yeah, he wanted to finish again fast, actually, I guess.
Side is getting rich. There's only one base for Lelu. There's 3 bases soon for Talks.
Yeah, they don't really touch his economy.
Yeah.
They could really very easily kill at least 2 expansions. The one, I mean, his natural is like 10% health points, and the one in the bottom, it's not really easy to defend.
Yeah, I think his hero combo is horrible against this. There's worse, but I mean, Panda first is good, but Naga is just
the big fight
not
is
really good here, I think.
Side home with everything? No, right?
Side is foot blocked at the moment because he didn't have enough ziggurats. You need to always make more than 10.
But he has 4 mana still, so I think he can defend this, but he may lose half of his main base.
Oi, that AoE against the hippos is brutal.
Yeah. He will be able to defend, but Lelu can easily come back.
That's a big experience tome for Side if he micros this well.
I'm afraid he's overextending now.
Yeah, for sure. He should have TP'd out like 10 seconds ago.
Oh, hero kill maybe?
Yeah. I will TP after.
But at least he dropped to 50.
Yeah, but he lost like 40 supply or something.
Yeah, the first half of that attack went pretty well, but
See, he's lying again.
he's lying again. Yeah.
God damn it.
Side
Tox is on side again. That's a nasty backstab here.
He called it though. He said, "Do you know how much I would like to backstab you now?" And that's just 2 minutes ago max. He's getting punished for it though.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, and it's
optimistic.
and Side needs to make a decision now. If he feels comfortable to fight both for 20 minutes now, or if he wants to piece with Tox again. And Tox is on 50 supply and on 3 mines now, so he's getting plenty of gold.
Shredder as well for more lumber points.
Lelu is at 50, but only one base is mining. It's his main, in which he saves 6k, so it's pretty good, but he should have rebuilt his Tree of Lives way earlier, before attacking, actually, I think.
And Lelu maniping here that Gradient zappered him 3 times, which was the what?
Well, to be fair, he used 3 zappers, so
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
kind of,
So
it is right.
It's not a lie. So if someone says like forbid lying on ladder or something, which of course wouldn't work anyways, but that's like the kind of stuff where you get in kind of a gray area.
I don't know if it's a troll or not, but I see in the chat somebody asking, is Ugri the lead developer for Reforge? I mean, what?
It's what? Ugri, the lead developer for Reforge. Yep, that's
yeah, no,
true.
it's not my fault, bro. I didn't do it.
Don't lie to the people. Don't be ashamed.
No, it's not my. I swear. I was gone. I was away.
Well, that would explain a lot, actually.
Yeah, maybe they are away too. I don't really know.
Yeah, and this is, I think it's a very intense game and very close. Like anyone can win, but Lelu is in a decent spot, I guess. If he had slightly different heroes, I guess it would be better for him. But at least, like, he's not in Side's shoes right now, getting attacked by Tox.
Yeah, this is an awesome game. This is 20 times more fighting than we had in all of game 1 that went full distance.
Yeah, nobody's buying 5 Shredders. But Cumulo made too many mistakes the previous game too.
Yeah.
I mean, decision making was really bad from him. He waited the last 10 minutes to move.
Here we go. Side versus Tox again. Can he kill something? Trying to nuke. TP out. Bye-bye.
And Lelu is pumping now. I think he... it's tricky. He could have tried to stay on 50 for a bit, but he only has 1 expo, so it's not that much gold that you get for still getting called out on 50. And of course, with the timer, while it's still pretty early in the match, at some point, it's like the last game that I joined showed that it's better to spend your gold early, just to get some experience. At some point, you're just not able to kill a lot of units anymore if you are up against high-level heroes. And these undead heroes are getting scary here.
Peace. I was sure he was going to ask for peace. It's a very interesting 3 ways we have there, because Tox is obviously the rank 3 at the moment, I would say, in this game, and Side and Lelu are aware of that, so they should attack him to not let him pump on 4 bases and 50 food. But they know that if they do, they are going to be attacked by the other guy, so they don't dare to do it. So they peace, and that's gonna give Tox a lot of money at some point. I believe he's gonna be the richest at some point. He only have 1K now, but if they let him pump like that,
yeah, this keeper did not last long in that fight.
I barely saw the mapping, and then the keeper was already gone. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's why, like, as elf, it's so difficult against undead if you don't.
Oh, here we go, the whining elves again.
I mean, no, I don't say it's easy for elf, because like if you have something like Tinker, Panda on both on level 5, it becomes pretty easy because Gargs are not cost efficient. Like Gargs are pretty expensive, but in this situation with these heroes, it's just I would say almost impossible to fight these undead heroes unless you have just pure 100 supply something, but even then, I think he would just get kited here, and we see right this is what, as elf, this is what you don't want.
Chat won't be surprised to know that HighTac is night elf.
We are undead, by the way. And look at this beautiful AoE taking out this entire night elf army with amazing micro.
Yeah, and it's just, he's going for more hippos. I think in this situation he should realize there's no way his hippos will ever survive. So his best bet is just to either go for chimeras only and try to hold them back somewhat, or go for fairy dragons, hoping that Side can't get enough hippos to Gargs to contest that. But at least fairy dragons can't get nuked, so that's like the solution to high-level undead heroes usually.
You really need Tox to help him, but more than just killing some acolytes.
Yeah, Side, wherever he goes here, he's just killing everything, which can be an issue in FFA, because like they don't have much choice except teaming you if you're the strongest and no one can fight you one-on-one.
But I feel like teaming now, they cannot produce a big army very fast. They are poor and desperate, I would say. And even if they team, I don't believe they can beat him. And for some reason, Tox is not scouting at all what's happening in the main of.
But he knows he's in almost inside's main base here, and
and what is he doing? He's like checking out the architecture.
He killed all acolytes, so he prevents Side from getting more gold. And Tox is getting plenty of gold right now, so I think with 100 supply he can fight Side if Side runs out of gold. So I think Tox is in a okayish spot right now.
I don't think he can beat he can win any fight against Side if Lelu is dead now. Even 100 food. If he loses a fight and then Side can just storm his main and.
Well, in the main, there's like 20 towers or something, and
there is a level 7 Lich and a level 6 Dreadlord.
That is also very true.
I mean, it doesn't really matter that they are so few ziggurats because we have the worst towers in the game.
If you were in side shoes right now, Ugri, would you finish, or also Neo, would you finish Ledu in this situation and just hope that you still have enough gold to fight Tox?
Yeah, I will do what Side is doing. I will finish as much as little as possible, and then I know that 1v1 against Tox, I just need to win one fight and it's GG.
Yeah, but I think it's risky still. Maybe you're right. I mean, Dreadlord of Tox only level 4, so on paper it should be easy for him, but you never know how much gold he has, and we see Tox getting 4 expos here. So if Tox gets up to 10k, I think it will get much more difficult for Side to finish this game.
Side is realizing, yeah, good read by Side to see that there's a lot of expansions going on and a lot of mining on Tox's side.
Yeah, and Tox instantly canceling this 1 expo after that call.
Yeah, Tox is too greedy.
You think? I think it's fine to, like, if there's so much gold on the map, he's pumping units, but he's down to 800 gold, so he has not much choice. He needs expos.
No, but to believe that he will be able to mine on 4 or 5 bays at this point without being contested by the 2 opponents is really.
Yeah, I think he tries to convince Lelu now to attack Side's main base, and I think that's probably the best he can do here.
I guess everyone hates Tox now due to his behavior.
I don't know. I mean, Lelu is kind of relying on him here, so.
Maybe after the betrayal, he just doesn't want him to win.
Well, I think they both want to just qualify at this point. Even Tox. He's not in this rabies mode anymore. He has made some reasoning and some peace, and yeah, he's trying to win.
Many numbers in chat here.
Tox seems slightly angry. But okay, that's how quick you can wipe out an entire economy of like 4 bases.
But it's also the way, like, sometimes if you, I mean, he needs some help potentially, since he has really no gold. It's a way to build up stress and force someone to do something you want by just trying to write all caps and trying to say that, like, you only have like 30 seconds to help and then it's over. So that can help to, because you see Lelu here, he's the least experienced in this, and he's often winning games by just staying back. But I believe as strong as Side is here, I don't think that's a good call. And I mean, we have a timer, but I think like Lelu will not get top score anyway, so he needs to finish these players, and that's something he has never played with a timer, I think. So he needs to realize that there's no way to win this if he does just sit. I think.
Yeah, but Lelu is down to what, 500 gold. He has 40 food. He's
yeah, he can't do much. You're right.
He can't do much at the moment, and it's. I believe I respect you, Tox. Don't be angry, but I feel like you should have helped more before.
Big AOE once again. We have a huge guard fight coming, but Sai says au revoir.
Side, I don't recognize you, man. I don't know what happened to you. Wow, 100.
Well, maybe it was 100 before the fight.
Yeah.
It was.
It's like saying, like, oh, you know, and he's so rich, he can pump 100. That's what he's saying there. And I mean, come on, Side, come on.
But that's some of the stuff. I mean, you could play this entirely without chat, but in a game where there's money on the line in competition, it can help. Like, he's not, like, he's calling him out 100, but that doesn't mean like everything needs to go towards. It indicates that he thinks Tox is strong, but it's also an indicator just to like just to inform Lelu here. So
Dude, chat. There has been a debate for like 15 years about chat in FFA. And,
I thought since 2 weeks. I thought since 2 weeks only.
Yeah, but we had this discussion when I was a young guy. And I was always against, because when you play without chat at all, it's so boring. It's like robots playing. And the human aspect of this game is what makes it so interesting for me. I mean, to see how people react to betrayal and how they decide to be friends again or not, and to work together or not. It's like in life, you need to communicate.
Yeah, I think no chat has some, like, no chat games can be very interesting, especially with strong players that still know what to do and how to balance the game. But no chat is no solution to win games in, like, if you're the, and, like, no chat games doesn't solve everything except preventing frustration, like frustrating chat, frustrating stuff sometimes. But
I don't want to be disrespectful to German people that you are, but without chat, Germany wins World War II because nobody knows they are attacking everybody, and then it's great.
Okay. I'm not so sure about that.
I guess Neo and I can't really comment on that, but if
imagine if England cannot call for help and say, USA, please come, we are alone, we are surrounded,
Well, they can send some spies and check what's going on. Like, hey, there's
shade they cannot follow,
the British shade.
And in the meantime, while listening to you, the French, I guess, won the game convincingly. Deservedly.
Yeah, it's over now. I believe to Tok's fault, from Tok's lack of action and support on Lelou's base. And Lelu, he was just sloppy, being caught with his KOTG dead for no real reason,
Yeah, I think it was already decided in the early game, potentially, because Tox took a long time to finish Gradient, and Lelu did not manage to fight really early on to get levels, so he was just, like, he was no factor in this at all, so it was only weakened Tox against Side, who's obviously a very strong micro player, and has a great understanding of FFA, so another final here. Oh no, not another final. Side was in the final of the last 8-way cup.
Another solo player as well.
Yeah.
All these solo players here. What's up with your FFA elite?
That's like bothering. We adopted Side and Neutron. Neutron like is leaving the Discord server of FFA Masters every 2 weeks, and then he joins again. But Side, we adopted Side, so, and it's like they're part of the FFA community, and there's not really a distinction between FFA players and one-on-one players in general. It's between people that like FFA and that don't. And we're always happy. Like it's better for all of us if we have great one-on-one players that join FFA and stick to it and really learn to like the mode. It's great for all of us. It just sucks if people join the mode for 1 week, hate it, and instead of just leaving, they like continuously spread hate on that mode. No one is forced to play anything. I mean, I don't play one-on-one,
but you take away our players.
Maybe, but only
it's
for
like the South Park episode.
Only for 2 hours or something.
They took our jobs. Like from my not really experience, from what I've read, the longer you play FFA, the more you accept chat.
Yeah, sure.
At least you understand why. Like even a player, I was chatting with him earlier still, who was a ghost in the community because he's the best orc ladder player currently, and he's not really on Discord, so no one, like, it was almost impossible to get to him. And I got to chat with him earlier, and he said, and he's not chatting that much, and he said he was always against chat, and so was Soso, another player who always was against chat. But these players also also came to the conclusion that it would be no solution to just remove chat. Let's see. What we have 2 other games still in order to get to the final lineup. And
this was the fastest one, right?
I think so. Let's see.
So we have the streams over at twitch.tv/FFA Masters League and twitch.tv/FFA Arena. Why didn't you put 2 A's there? Or
On
these
which
guys?
one? On FFA Arena?
Yeah, FFA Arena.
That's Ponty's responsibility. Ponty's stream. He's a French guy, so maybe Ugri.
Yeah, FFA Arena. You know, at some point when there was no more FFA to be found on Battle.net, I created Play FFA, which was Ozbot ladder.
Yeah.
That was, and then when I stopped Play FFA, they put it on Warcraft Arena, so we call it FFA Arena.
Ah,
That was the
yeah.
channel going with it. So I thought this channel was dead, and to my surprise, it's still alive.
Yeah, we have 2 games going, and one is, I'm just checking, like they seem both pretty intense, but I guess the one on FFA Masters League, in case you want to restream, is the
Yes.
maybe the one that is also, since you already saw that map, might be easier to grasp from restream.
All right.
But if we restream a game which has 15-minute delay, so it's going to be 30-minute delay.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I guess it's all right. I mean, we need some minutes to set up the final anyway, so I guess it's fine.
We can talk about whatever in between.
About
live and.
No, I just wanted to bounce back on your comment that solo players are all winning those games, but it was to be expected since it's so cramped with players on small maps. Actually, you don't have much space for true FFA players to show their, like Radiant, for example, to develop their game. It's FFA players are more for the long run, and so in this type of very full games, like full ring games like that, it's very hard to do.
So Yanka is eliminated. I am surprised to see this.
I mean, it's best of 1, right? So I mean, it's a pretty harsh thing in FFA. I mean, anyone can get rushed out by someone. So it's not really like a structure that is very excusing to mistakes.